Hello everyone. Today I will show you how you can perform a chemistry lab virtually. Now during this pandemic, theory lectures could easily be converted into an online lectures and you were able to attend them online using YouTube or etc. other sources. But you cannot go to chemistry lab. You cannot perform the experiment hands-on. So for that, there is very interesting section called virtual lab. So I thought of introducing virtual lab to you today. For that, what you have to do is very simple. You just have to type in search column virtual lab Amrita or hardness. Some of the keywords you have to type. Hardness I have written because I want to show you today the experiment of water quality. Virtual lab because this is the keyword, and Amrita because it is given by Amrita University in collaboration with IIT Mumbai. So let us click on this link. What do we get? Once we click on water analysis, we would be able to see these many sections. Now this university along with IIT Mumbai have made such a nice website wherein you can perform many virtual experiments. This is what I have taken as a example. So today I'll show you. Now majorly in all of the experiments you would be easily able to get these many tabs in general. So like if I select this tab like theory tab, procedure, self-evaluation, simulator, assignment, reference and feedback. Majorly these columns would be present in every experiment. In the very first tab of theory, they have completely covered the theory of particular thing, right? So let's say right now procedure is clicked. I'll go back and I'll show you theory first. The theory portion includes, here you can see, it includes objective of the experiment. See what you're going to do. So they have covered three objectives: hardness, alkalinity and COD determination. Then you have a theory portion wherein they have covered what it is all about and how it is important. Then it is like one by one they have discussed what is the theory all about. Now if you go down, you will see that first hardness is discussed. Then you can see here, then in hardness they have discussed very well what is temporary hardness, right? Here what is permanent hardness. We know that hardness is soap consuming capacity. So it's just like soap consuming capacity means if dissolved salts of certain salts of calcium and magnesium are present in the water, they do render hardness to the water, and that's how water does not give leather with the soap. So basically here you can see temporary hardness. Now if the salts are due to dissolved bicarbonates and carbonates, they become temporary. If they are like accept them chloride sulfate, basically they are permanent. So very nicely they have discussed. Now how are you going to determine? Obviously by a titration, which is the titration with EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. I'll post a separate video explaining this experiment in detail. So here they have discussed units of hardness. You might have read it in the theory lecture that there are 4 hardnesses to estimate the hardness in total. Normally we use ppm and milligram per liter. Now this would be the color change at the end point. If I take a water sample along with the indicator and buffer, and at the end point it will change to wine red to blue. So I just have to titrate it with respect to EDTA, and this is the formula. Similarly in alkalinity, it is also a property of water. Alkalinity suggest, the name itself suggests, obviously it is alkaline nature, so it is acid neutralizing capacity. Hardness was a soap consuming capacity, while alkalinity is a acid neutralizing capacity. So obviously you need to titrate it with the acid. So if the solution is basic, obviously you will titrate it with the acid in order to neutralize it. Now how much acid is required in neutralizing this base will give you how much basic the solution is. That is the simple funda. So this is also a titration, but it is a double titration. We use two indicators, methyl orange and phenolphthalein here. This also I'll discuss in a separate video, because it is not easy to discuss each and everything in a single video. Today video is just aiming you to introduce a virtual lab section. Now this is chemical oxygen demand. Obviously it's a measure of oxygen, right, present in the sample. So here you can see the drinking water quality standards which are mentioned. This is also very important to have a look at, and like that. So if we have seen the very first page theory has covered it in very nice manner. Now if you go to the second page, which is procedure, so how are you going to perform? So that is what they have written here in detail. Now if you go in detail, they have experiment 1, they started with experiment 1, determination of hardness. What you have to do, you have to select the titrant, adjust the speed. I'll tell you what to do, right? And this is the formula they have used for calculation. This is how you have to make observation table and calculation, and the resulting ppm. Similarly, the second one is detection of alkalinity. So you have to titrate it with acid. This is the procedure, observation, calculations, and obviously result at the end. So here you can get the result. Similarly, if you go like this, it would be determination of COD, and it goes like this: observation table, result, etc. They have mentioned certain points to remember also, that also you can look at. So I think a procedure part is also done. Now I'll go to like assignment portion. Okay, let's go to self-evaluation first, if they are coming one by one. Yeah, but for that you have to log in here, because either you have to create your account or you have to log in if you already have an account, so that you can utilize it in a better manner. So as of now, I am just showing you how does it look like when you log into the content. So if you can see here in self-evaluation portion, there are questions. So that is very nice, that if you understood the theory, you can here itself apply your knowledge. Let us see very randomly. Hardness is a measure of obviously calcium and magnesium. So as of now, let us do that. Okay, so let me select, let's say, calcium and magnesium. I selected this, and very randomly let me see alkalinity with a strong acid, and let me submit it. Okay, so I have just selected 2 questions, right? And now you can see the immediate result. They have told me which question I have marked rightly and which I have not marked rightly. So that is very nice, that once you do the theory and once you do the procedure and everything, and now you can, you know, self-evaluate yourself. So that is very nice. Now going to assignment portion first. Here they have mentioned the questions also. Now look at it. You'll be able to get some questions. You may, you know, solve them properly, and then it would be a good exercise for you. So even if you are not going to a lab, but you are able to perform the experiment, you are able to solve the questions on your own, so that makes a sense. So this is the assignment portion. They have mentioned reference also, means there are certain books which are very important to be referred in order to get the knowledge for the particular topic. Let's say for hardness and all, I also recommend this book like Jan and Jan and all. It contains good kind of numerical. At the end there is a feedback column. Now if I click on it, I can get this particular section. Now coming to the simulator portion, like this is what the experiment is. How do you do these experiments? So this is what comes in the simulator section. Now if you can see here, the simulator is loading. Right, and at the left hand panel you can see a drop down menu here. So now from here you can select the drop down. Like what I want to do right now, I want to calculate the hardness. So there are 3 options available: hardness, alkalinity, and COD. As of now I want to perform hardness. Now here again, if you see, there are 3 samples of water available. So you can select any of the sample water. Let's say we'll go with the well water first. Now volume of the titrate, how much volume you're supposed to keep here. So that is it. Now speed of the titrate, I can increase the speed, I can decrease the speed, molarity of the titrate, and then you just have to start. Now as soon as you start here, it will start adding the solution here, you can see. And you can see the results here at the bottom. Titrant used 0 0.3, 0 0.4. So it is just increasing in 0.1 level. Now if I increase the speed of titrant further, it will start increasing here, you can see here, right? It will make it fast. But I suggest whenever it is a titration, for the first pilot reading, which is very rough reading, you can go ahead with the speed of titrant, make it fast. You have to observe the color change here. Wine red to blue would be the change. So as soon as you observe a color change, you just have to click on the stop. So as of now, I have just increased the speed. Stop. I have seen the blue color here, so I just made a stop. And from here, 2.6 ml, right? So 2.6 ml is the titrant used. So from here you will get your reading. The indicator used here is Eriochrome black tea. So this is how you have to work on this page. Now let us go ahead with one more like sample. Let's check this. I have to first, once it is done, I have done the stop, I have to reset it. Now once it is reset, you can again select all of the parameters, right? So now let us see, I select a tap water. Again I'll perform the titration with 10 ml, because if I increase the volume of the water, it is going to increase the reading as such. So you can definitely play with this also, you can increase that and see. But anyhow, obviously it's not going to change the value of hardness. Hardness is not proportional to volume of water, so the answer would come same. Now speed of titrant, let's see, I increase the speed like that. Molarity I'll keep very less as of now, and I'll take start. Now here a wine red solution is there. I have to just observe here. As soon as I get it like blue, I'll click on stop. So I have to be very quick here to see, right? So we just have to observe it continuously. As soon as we get a blue color here, stop. That's it. So now here you can get the titrant used, which is 1.5 ml in the result section. So I think it is pretty simple for you to understand that this is how you can perform. Click on reset again. Let us go to another experiment. Hardness is done, you may explore on your own. Alkalinity. Now alkalinity means I have to take a water sample which is alkaline, and you have to titrate it with the acid solution. So again the parameters will remain same. Volume of titrate I'll take less. Speed I'll increase a bit for you to show. Now here if you can like see, go down, titrant use this. Now let's start. The indicator right now is phenolphthalein. You have to use a double indicator. So as soon as you get a color change, you can put a stop here. So you just have to watch how does it happen, and then you have to click a stop here. Depending on the pH range, we can select different indicators like phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Phenolphthalein works obviously in a basic range around 8 to 10, and the color change would be pink to white. And methyl orange works in slightly acidic range, and the color is light yellow to orange. That is how you have to work. So here the well water pH is greater than 10 time, because here you can see well water pH is greater than 10. So obviously much of the phenolphthalein will be consumed. You just have to observe here, as soon as it changes to colorless, yes, stop. So this is colorless. Now I'll add methyl orange to it, and then it becomes yellow. And now you continue the titration. So the first titration was with phenolphthalein, which was pink to colorless, and now it would be yellow to orange. So you just have to focus on the color change. As soon as you get a color change, you just have to click on the stop. Because alkalinity determination is a double titration. We use two indicators together, phenolphthalein and methyl orange, one by one. In another separate video, I'll showcase alkalinity experiment in detail. As of now, I think you understood that we have to use two indicators one by one. Stop. Now as soon as you see a color change here, I clicked on stop, and now if you go down here V1 and V2, you can get two values. So that means 8.9 ml HCl was used when we used phenolphthalein. There was a color change, colorless, you observed at 8.9, and at the very same moment you added methyl orange to the same beaker and you continued the titration, and you got another color change which is like yellow to orange at 15.6. so you got two readings in alkalinity V1 and V2, and that is how it is a double titration method. And this is how you can play with the simulator and do that. Now I'm again clicking on self evaluation. You can easily attempt it, then theory and procedure. So I think with that you are able to get the glimpse of virtual lab. You can explore this website, type keywords, and you can see number of experiments are available here, and then you can perform for a quick revision. I think it was a help, it was a good help to you. So that's it. Any comment I would like to welcome. Thank you so much.